Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. Well, somebody slipped some amphetamines into Marjorie Taylor Greene's cornflakes on Sunday morning because she was on fire. She basically said that she's expressing her opposition to the Senate deal. The Senate border deal, or so-called border deal, is really an amnesty deal where Democrats are going to bring in millions and millions of illegals and turn them into Democrat voters. That's their plan, to replace Americans with millions and millions of illegal immigrants. And they want to do this in exchange for $60 billion more for Ukraine. So she's told Speaker Johnson that if he made a deal for the $60 billion in Ukraine, she would vote to vacate the chair. And I stand by those words. And basically, she's echoing the great replacement theory that the far right and the white supremacists hold on to, which is claims that liberal elites are deliberately driving high levels of immigration in order to replace white Americans or kill them off. And this has been a white supremacist talking point. Remember, the Jews will not replace us thing. And now the Republican Party is embracing it, at least according to Marjorie Taylor Greene. So she went she went full crazy this weekend. So let's break it down, shall we? Will Marjorie Taylor Greene? No. Will Mike Johnson vote on this? Well, wait, it's about the Ukraine bill. Will the Ukraine bill get passed before the spring equinox? Because that's when all the budget stuff needs to be done. Will the Ukraine bill be passed? Yeah, well, decisions need to be made on that one. It's unclear yet what choices folks are going to make. How interesting, the Six of Cups. Nostalgia versus naivete. The nostalgia would be the Democrats thinking the Republicans actually care about this country and want to negotiate fairly on helping an ally out who's at war. And naivete is also expecting that the Republicans would work with you when helping out an ally that's at war and not shut the whole country down. Underneath it all is the Two of Wands, planning the action. So this is just something, decisions are being made right now as we speak. I'm asking what's happening in the future, but it's kind of giving me the current energy here. Page of Pentacles in the past. This is just the failed budget. They keep asking to push this budget along, and it keeps getting kicked down the road. Trump is pulling a lot of strings, and the Republican Party, the MAGA faction, are absolutely answering it, and Putin's the one pulling Trump's strings. So all this is just stuff to benefit Russia. Another two. It's the third one, huh? We're going to have a three of a kind here. Two of Cups is the current situation. Mike Johnson, he waffles a lot, He's on one time, he's gonna really talk tough and really help the House Republicans out. Then he sends them home on break and negotiates a deal with the Senate. And now the Republicans are all mad. So now he's going to be super tough on Ukraine and Israel funding and such. Flippy floppy. This is about the deals and the agreements made. So right now there's deals being made. Now, on the one hand, you've got the Senate that was working with Johnson. Like, hey, dude, we had deals here. We had agreements. And then you've got the Marjorie Taylor Greene saying, if you honor those agreements, you're gone. That man is out of his depth. Yeah, he's out of his depth. He's in a no-win situation. He's actually in worse than McCarthy. You might make the argument McCarthy kind of knew what he was doing. This guy doesn't. Yeah, he's damned if he do, damned if he doesn't. If he plays hardball right now, he is going to absolutely crush. Republicans are already going to have somewhat of a hard time maintaining Congress, especially the House, given what's happened with Roe v. Wade. If you shut a government down and you hurt other people, you're burying yourself in this one. But it's a Five of Swords moment. He can't. There's no winning. It's all about winning, but there's no compromise when it's all about winning. And compromise is what you need to have because he's made too many agreements. The lesson to be learned is the Three of Cups. Speaking of those agreements, it's about bringing the agreements that you make, taking them from the agreement and bringing them to fruition. And you can do that while leading, but not being a narcissistic jerk. You can lead and get both of these things done. I don't know if he can, though, because not with the Republican Party. Will he have the support? Nope, he won't have the support. I think the energy is he gets the Ukraine deal done. I think he does get the Ukraine deal done. He gets it before the, to avert a shutdown. He does do that, but then it costs him his speakership. But make those plans. All right. Okay. So, looks like I would guess that Marjorie Taylor Greene wasn't kidding when she said that she would vote to vacate him. Let's look at the energy around her, shall we? Why is she all piss and vinegar this weekend? You know why. I know why. She even mentioned at the bottom of this article about Hunter Biden left because she was going to accuse him of sex trafficking. Man, defamation cases just write themselves these days, don't they? She was going to accuse him of sex trafficking. That is amazing. And she says she has evidence. Well, bring it to a court of law. We'll see what happens. Bring it to the FBI. It's because he walked out and she didn't get to say hello to her boo, her crush. She's all bummed out and angry. Okay. Oh, she really is a middle schooler. All right, what's the energy going on with Marjorie Taylor Greene? Why is she so angry? Backroom deals. Okay, yeah, more of the same. This is more performative arts for Trump and fundraising. I think what I think is happening here, fundraising. I think fundraising for her is drying up. And so now she has to go out there and be even, more crazy, trying to get money from her skeptical constituents. Like, what are you doing for us? I'm up here building your church. Give me money. I think she's running out of money. I don't know what her money situation is. Cross with the Emperor. Cash Peters did a thing saying that Jack Smith was looking into her and might trip her up with some questioning. She might be understanding that I think she's trying to fundraise, but she's also, I'll go with simply, she's trying to establish herself as a leader and a firebrand in the party. When McCarthy was there, she was trying to position herself as like the number 2 person in there and tried to normalize herself. And now she can't sit with the Freedom Caucus at the cool kids table, and the conservatives don't want her sitting with them. So if you're going to be lonely, you might as well be lonely at the top. And I think maybe she's understanding that she's kind of feeling left out, like she doesn't have the speaker's ear. So just like her hot crush on Hunter Biden, you have to embarrass and humiliate him so he'll pay attention to you. She's going to do the same thing with Mike Johnson. Underneath it, I think she's afraid that her time is gone. I do think she thinks her time is done. So she's being excluded. She is being excluded from the party. And I think she's running out of money. In the past, the Empress. I've been wondering how Russia was going to factor into this reading. With that last one with Mike Johnson, I was going to say if the Empress comes up, it's Russia. I think this is Marjorie Taylor Greene, actually. She's been in Congress for a while and probably raking in the do-re-mi. She was living, her best life. She could sit around, be as entitled and lazy and mouthy and bitchy as she wanted to be, and the money would come in. But now all of a sudden the money's not coming in anymore, and she's losing power in the party. So she sees the downward spiral that she's in. Current situation, she's creating chaos. She is right in the center of the drunken hillbilly brawl, and she's instigating it. She's giving them more alcohol and hurling the insults to raise up the temperature. The overarching energy is temperance. Just as as things are calming down and detoxifying, she's trying to create resistance to things. This might also be in regards to the Iowa caucus. There's reporting saying that like 40% of Nikki Haley's supporters, or something like that, 30%, 40% of Iowans voters, GOP voters, said basically if Donald Trump was convicted of a felony, they wouldn't vote for him for president. So there's kind of like some sanity. It has this semblance of sanity coming back to the GOP, and we can't have that. We can't have sanity in the GOP. We got to have chaos. Chaos is their bread and butter. The overarching energy is the planning, the looking ahead of what's coming down the road and taking action on it. I think they see another Biden presidency coming, and the only way to kind of overturn it is just to create chaos in there and get people exhausted, and then blame Biden for whatever it is that ails them. The outcome is the Five of Coins. She's in the House. She's gonna be up for re-election, and I know she's in a red district, so she has to worry about being primaried. This is probably a combination of her not successfully gaining power in the Republican Party. It could also be her fundraising is done, and she may even be kicked out. Either kicked out of the Republican Party, or she might be out of Congress. But things are not working out well for her. She's feeling like she's on the outside looking in and feeling poorer for it. And there's a leaving here. Again, Cash Peters saw Jack Smith doing a kind of like a little interview with Marjorie Taylor Greene, maybe related to events on January 6th. And I know y'all are jumping up and down saying, it's the bomber! She's the bomber! I've never gotten that she was. Trust me, I'd like her to be the bomber like the rest of you, because that means some real good old-fashioned prison time for her. But, okay. Little four-carder. If the Ukraine deal and the budget deals get passed, is she going to vote to vacate Mike Johnson from the speakership? It sure looks like she would from that last reading that he's done. It's just, which of the pissed off Freedom Caucus members, MAGA supporters, and otherwise crazy people in there would want to get rid of Mike Johnson? Will Marjorie Taylor Greene be one of them? If he passes the budgets and the funding for Ukraine, Page of Pentacles, more grifting, Tower moment. Oh, this could be him doing the budget's done. You have a Tower moment, Strength card, Ace of Wands, Four Swords. I do think she will. It'll be a power play on her part. I warned you. I told you that if you did it, I was going to take action and bring your butt down. So, yeah, I think she will. After the budget's done, she's going to take him down. Well, it may not be permanent because, it'll go to a vote. I don't know if the Democrats will vote to save him. I would suspect that they wouldn't, because if the from a pure political point of view, is once the Democrats get the budget through, there's not a lot of important, urgent stuff that needs to get through. And if you want to just let the the Republican clown show be out in full force during primary season, no less. When people are voting for the primaries, maybe they might want to replace their current congressman because that congressman's ineffective at getting the job done. Maybe they might replace him with somebody even more wild and more extreme. It's a bad scene altogether. Anything else? Yeah, no, I'll leave it. I'll leave it. There's just so much crazy I can take, and I've had my fill of Marjorie Taylor Greene crazy. She's crazy, but I also think she's running out of money, and I think she's seeing the writing on the wall, and there might be some legal pressure. Let's ask that one, right? Okay, fine. You convinced me. You at least get to see the timestamp. Like, but wait a minute, he's wrapping up at 16 minutes, but this video says it's 22 minutes. Does he say goodbye? Does he say thank you for feeding the algorithm for 6 minutes? My God, the man can talk. All right. Are the feds looking into Marjorie Taylor Greene? Is Jack Smith? Oh, something wants to fall out there. What do we got? 7 of Wands. Some action being taken on her. Are the feds looking into Marjorie Taylor? Yeah, that would be with the insurrection, right? Drunken Hillbilly Brawl, but also the 7 of Wands would be kind of leading the charge, almost like a puppet master type thing. Are the feds looking at Marjorie Taylor Greene for involvement around January 7th? January 6th, excuse me. 3 of Cups, celebration, women celebrating. There's like a collaboration. They're looking at a collaboration with this. That's not a good card. There's a collaboration regarding, there's no compromise. The narcissism. I would say yes on this one. And it's not just Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's people that she's working with. Oh, wow. Wow. That's why she's acting out. She's caught wind of it. And it's causing a strong emotion, which is why she's acting out like she can. Winner. That's why she's doing her winner takes all thing. She's nervous. She is nervous about this. In the past, we got the 6 of Cups, the little Marjorie back when she was a little girl and everybody loved her. Yeah, back when she was just the little darling inside Congress. Naive, didn't know that participating in insurrection with big old Donald Trump there was going to be a problem. Oh, that's right. That was one of the things Cash talked about. She asked for a pardon. She wasn't even in Congress. I don't think. Was she even in Congress when that happened? Interesting. Are they looking into her victory? Yeah, because she didn't do a good job of covering her tracks. Is what the problem is. Is that, I want to say all roads lead to Marjorie, but, she's kind of not real bright, and she's not as bright as she thinks she is. So being loud and proud and being kind of like the mouthpiece and out front, it gets you noticed. She's been noticed. That's them going to talk to her. 3 of Cups. That's them offering for her to explain herself. Hey, maybe you could help us with a little bit of something that was going on there. And we couldn't help but notice that on all these deleted messages from the Secret Service that they kept mentioning your name. Could you explain why that was? You have an OnlyFans page or something like that? That's what's leading to her having to leave. That's it. There's your connection, my friends. The overarching energy is, that 5 of Coins. Whatever was causing that 5 of Coins moment with that previous spread, it's involving the DOJ. Talking with her about the insurrection or events around the insurrection and her agreements with Trump. She did it to herself through her agreements, and she knows it. Okay, so she knows she's got some involvement coming on. I imagine there's folks in the DOJ or the FBI or politically connected people that are letting her know kind of what's going on at a high level. They may not have the details, but I think that's what's driving her to act out as much as she did. So I think you can understand she runs on fear. The whole Republican Party runs on fear, and now when you find out that the DOJ might want to talk to you about some involvement of yours. There were 2 bombs planted, right? Was it the same person that planted both? Were there 3 people involved? I'm not saying she was the bomber, but she could be the bomber's mama. You know what I mean? Go grab 2 gullible interns and turn them loose. And then y'all can celebrate together. All right. Anyways, and entertainment purposes only. What do I know? I'm just some random dude on the internet reading tarot cards. Certainly not have any insight whatsoever into Marjorie Taylor Greene's shady dealings, because she would never do shady dealings ever. No, she's on the up and up. Thank you for watching this video. I'm such a dork. Thank you for doing everything you do to feed the YouTube algorithm so that my video makes it out to a wider audience too. People just discovering this channel or for the first time. Yeah, it's kind of like this. If you like it, great. If it's not your cup of tea, there's lots of readers out there. But anyways, thank you for finding the channel. I hope you found it insightful, and I'll catch you on the next reading. Take care.